Oh, hi there. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a few years since I played, and recently I've been watching RuneScape content creators again. So many people have so many fun ways to play the game, and honestly, I kinda just felt like joining in. But I wanted something that was a little bit more my own. Extreme 1 chunks are done quite a lot, and pretty much every single area in the game has had someone lock themselves to it. So how about something a bit more in the middle of those two? I pondered a lot of ideas, but something I hadn't really seen done before is a chunk-based challenge that took place in only cities and towns. Meet Autophobe Man. He has autophobia. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the fear of being alone. So, how far can I really make it in this game while being locked to only the cities and towns until I complete all the tasks inside of each of them before moving on? Well, I'm not really sure why you're asking me. I barely know anything about this game. There are people much smarter than me, much better than me, and much more handsome than me. But hey, here I am. Before we get too started, we'll give a quick rundown of some basic rules. Obviously, I'm locked to only cities and towns, must roll for my chunks, and must complete the normal Chunkman requirements before moving on. Next, I must stay mostly in the bounds of cities and towns. Overall, this will be an entirely vibe-based series, and I'll do my best to keep those vibes feeling right. And lastly for now, areas will be locked until I have the requirements to get there, with a couple minor exceptions, but we'll get to those eventually. We can talk about other rules and goals at a future time, but for now, area restricted challenges aren't too rare these days. Despite all the amazing accounts who start themselves in the wonderful cities of Gielinor, I was curious, how much of this game can really be experienced inside the places many of these NPCs call home? Like many others, I want to test the limits of the game and see what kind of unique challenges I encounter while limited to only the cities and towns of RuneScape. I might not know the most about this game, but I'm excited to learn more about these beautifully crafted locations, and hopefully you are too. Welcome to Citybound. Alright, here we are at the chunk map. Here's all the chunks that are available to me with either very little or no effort to get to. However, before we get started, I do need to make a few changes on here. So first off, I'm going to disable some of the larger cities, like Lumbridge, Varrock, Falador, Ardoin, and Yanil, just to make the series a little more unique from other chunkmen. Next up, I'm going to disable some of these mini-game chunks, such as Pest Control, Temporos, and Fishing Trawler, at least until I have the skills to actually go to these areas. It would be a little boring if I rolled one of these chunks and then just immediately rolled another one. And lastly, I'm going to disable these chunks in Mauritania, at least until I get some combat stats. Once I do, I'll re-enable them, and I'll allow myself to do Priest in Peril and Restless Ghost. However, I don't really feel like trying to cheese my way into Mauritania. I'd like to get there at least somewhat organically. So with all that out of the way, here's what the map looks like. Still a lot of interesting places to roll on. I'm not really sure what I want, but I guess let's find out and head on over to the wheel. Alright, let's see what we get. Hoping for something with at least some kind of content, but I guess we'll see. And it is... oh boy, that's a lot of content. Oh man, Hosidius, what an incredible first roll. There's definitely gonna be a lot of things to do here. I'm just gonna check all these places off where I believe people live, and we'll check in game and go through all this, but man, we are definitely gonna have a lot ahead of us. So, here we are in the beautiful land of Hosidius. Here's all the chunks that I believe are available to me, at least for now. But we're just gonna kind of look around and explore the area. I actually really like Hosidius, but not quite sure everything we're gonna be able to do here. I do see some items I can steal though, so I think we're gonna go grab some of these. Got a bowl and a pot, an empty vial. You know, pretty useful items. Could always world hop to get some more. Yeah, let's see what he has. Nothing too crazy, but I guess you never really know what kind of things you can do in these areas. But for now, I'm just going to take some time and explore this chunk and make sure that I can go to all the places I want to or think I can. And I'll catch up with you guys after that. Oh, nice. Our first random event. Pretty decent one too. People are probably going to be upset at me in about a second here. So, if I was intelligent, I'd pick the mystery box for the chance at the Mithril Scimitar. But I'm not. I'm going to pick the 1,000 coins, just so we have a little cash. So I believe I can buy some stuff from her. Oh yeah, we'll buy one of each of these. I'm not too smart when it comes to farming knowledge, but we're gonna get some raking action going on and try and get the first XP on the account. Absolutely insane raking action going on here. Oh, finally got the first real XP on the account. Very nice. So farming is going to be incredibly important to us because we're going to need to get to 85 to grow some torstals. It's going to be a little bit of a journey, but we'll get there. So now that we got all the raking done and out of the way, we need to get some potato seeds, I believe. And I'm pretty sure we can get those from a potato field nearby. Yeah, there's one. We're gonna run over and pick potatoes for a while, and hopefully get a couple seeds to start farming. Alright, first potato seed on the account. Gonna need 2 more of those still before I can even plant a single crop of potatoes, but we'll get there in time. I did notice a cooking range over here, which is pretty close to the potatoes, but we do need 7 cooking. Well, once we get that, it should be pretty easy to get to our next goal of cooking, which we can talk about pretty shortly here. And with just a little bit more raking, get our first actual level on the account. Nice, level 2 farming, can't complain at all. Let's go get some more potato seeds so we can actually work on farming for real. So I did some world hopping and picked up some pots. We are going to get started on this cooking grind at least a little bit and make some bread. I got a really long cooking grind ahead of me because we actually need to get to 95 cooking for summer pies. Thankfully, Hosidius does have a pretty decent way to train our cooking. Some of you may or may not know what it is. Alright, time to try and remember how any of this stuff works. It shouldn't be too hard. Fill the hopper, pull the lever. We'll rinse and repeat. There we go. Now we just gotta fill all these pots with some flour and we will be on our way. Very important though, I do need to grab a bowl so I can get some water. Fill the bowl, use the bowl on the pot, make bread dough. There you go. Just gotta do that 13 more times. Nice. So there's a few people around here who sell some things, but I don't think any of this will be much of use to us. Oh nice, there's a sink here too. But let's get cooking some bread dough and get our first cooking level. Nice. A lot more of those to go. Hopefully this cooking doesn't go too bad here. Level 3 cooking, so far, so good. Oh yeah, I spoke way too soon. That didn't go too well, but hey, at least we got a couple levels out of it. Got another batch of flour here. And level 4 cooking here. Level 5 cooking. Level 6 cooking. And not many people can say this, but huge level 7 cooking. Now we can do potatoes. Much faster and easier. Got our first batch of potatoes coming in here. I'm amazed that I am not getting more seeds. I thought I'd be getting a lot more seeds than this, but I guess not. Level 8 cooking, nice and easy. Level 9 cooking. And there's level 10 cooking. Level 11 cooking, these are coming quick. Doing a little exploring, and there is an estate agent over here. I mean, obviously there's the house portal, but I might have a house over here one day. I've never actually moved my house out of Remington, because why would you? I mean, Remington's so nice. I really don't see any reason you would ever want to leave Remington. I guess some people are just crazy. Never actually went in here to double check to see if there's anything, but I'm pretty sure there's not. I know there's a couple upstairs floors, but yeah, it doesn't really look like anything of values around here. You know, we might come back. Level 12 cooking. So eventually I'm going to need 38 thieving for master farmers, which is quite easy, but we are definitely going to need seeds. So I'm going to try and lure this lady into this house. Will you follow? She will. Nice. Alright, well, let's lock her in here. My real pickpocketing goal is actually 40 for guards, but let's be honest, I'm going to be way past that. Just from thieving seeds. Like, we're going to need a lot of seeds. Level 2, Level 3, Level 4, Level 5, Level 6, Level 7, Level 8, Level 9, and Level 10. We can now thieve farmers. Got a little distracted, but there's level 11. I was going to go thieve some farmers, but yeah, I mean, everybody gets a little distracted sometimes. So I actually just stream all my progression over on Twitch, and then I do most of the voiceover in post, but I try to leave some of my reactions in. But somebody did tell me there's a hobgoblin. Ooh, there is a hobgoblin here. Okay, so I feel like this is in, right? I mean, there's like a little beach here. It's pretty much right next to the town. You know, this is kind of what I was talking about when I was talking about a vibe-based series. We're just going to have to make some judgment calls here and there, whether something's in or out of bounds. But yeah, so if you ever see things at the top of the screen, like the sub goals or any other like streaming Twitch stuff or whatever, that's what that is. I'm sure it'll pop up quite a bit during the series, but if you ever feel like stopping in, please do. Love to have you. A little bit more in-depth exploring going on here. There are some shears and some sheep around here. Oh, is that a still? Ooh, can I train agility? Does that give XP? I really hope it does. I'd love to be able to get like a couple agility levels, even if I don't have an agility goal, just to help with the run energy. Oh, that's so depressing. Well, it is what it is. But for now, we're just gonna steal from some farmers. We definitely need some potato seeds, and picking potatoes has not been working out for us. So hopefully we can get some thieving level and some seeds. There we go, not too bad. This will probably be the main way we get seeds. Level 12 thieving, 13 thieving, 14 thieving, 15 thieving. How the hell did he get over there? The heck? Did he spawn over there? I'm confused. Well, this is amazing. If I could just keep him over here, this would be absolutely phenomenal. 16 thieving, 17 thieving, 18 thieving. So I'm no expert, but I think I'm going pretty dry on these seeds. I believe they're like 1 in 25, and I've gotten about 2 in 150, so that's not super great. 19 thieving, 20 thieving. Finally, I got 4 potato seeds just as I ran out of food, which means we have 6, so we're gonna go plant some potatoes. And then after that, we're gonna do a little exploring. Some more insane raking content, getting those fat XP drops, look at that. Level 3 farming, not too bad for just raking. So I need to buy some compost, both for paying for the potatoes and growing them. I believe I'm gonna need 6 to pay, pretty sure. Finally, we get our first crops down. Put the fertilizer on, plant the potato seeds, give it a little water. Actually, don't think I need to, but I kind of like to, so I'm going to do it anyways. And I should, yeah, 2 compost. Okay, very nice. I'm sure somebody has been yelling at me already, but I did finally put some weeds in the composter. I just never make compost, right? It's so cheap. I've just always bought it. I never really made my own, so we got some going though. Don't worry about it. So here's the player house portal. Hopefully we can get into there one of these days. I think I need like 30 construction or something. But yeah, we got these monks over here. I don't know if they really drop any. No, they don't drop anything other than bones. But I wanted to come over here because we were talking about maybe allowing these charcoal burners. But I kind of want to vibe check it, right? Like I know there's somebody over here, and I think there's a bed, but I don't know. I'm kind of not feeling it, honestly. When I said this is a vibes-based series, that's kind of what I meant, and I don't know. This kind of doesn't really pass the vibe check, so charcoal burners off the list. I'm gonna say no. However, one thing that is definitely on this list is Tithe Farm. This definitely passes the vibe check, and I guess, hey, look, my tiles are still there from years ago, but a little minecart over here too that we may or may not ever be able to use. We'll see. But yeah, Tithe Farm's going to be huge for this account. This is going to be the only reasonable way that we're going to get 85 farming, which shouldn't be too bad, honestly. One thing I probably should clarify is when I get other towns, I'm going to allow myself to travel between the towns, just not do anything outside of them, obviously. Because if I was limited to only actual travel options, there would be very few places I could go. Just to keep the series interesting, we're gonna be able to walk between places. Also for quests outside of the Mauritania ones, we're going to allow those to be done as long as I have all the skills and the towns that they take place in unlocked. So anyways, here's where we're going to spend pretty much most of the time in this chunk. Getting to 95 cooking here is gonna take a while. As far as I know, the XP isn't too bad at mess hall here, but okay, so we need 20 to cook here anyways, but hopefully this grind isn't too bad. It should be pretty decent, honestly. So we're on another vibe check journey. I'm pretty sure these people aren't gonna pass the vibe check down here. There's some guards in a like little tent, and I know that they have beds in here. But man, this just feels so far away from town. Definitely doesn't really feel like it's part of Host Sidious at all. Right? I mean, it would be cool to kill these guys. You can get a rune sim from one of them, but I think we're going to have to say no on this. Oh my god, that's big. Oh, I love fishing. Thank you so much, Bob. So I'm like 100% sure I can't take these nets with me, but I guess you really never know. I haven't played in a few years, so we're gonna try. Thank you very much, Bob. I will see you later. Yeah, and we don't get to keep our nets, but I think we get 7, right? Yeah, 7 fishing. Yeah, can't complain about that. Thank you, Bob. I think we're going to kill some goblins. These are definitely close enough to the town, as long as I don't run into these ruins. I'd say they're close enough. I mean, they're like right off the road, so that definitely counts. And there's the first combat skill level on the account. Yeah, oh, and the first combat level. Nice. And level 3 strength. Not really sure when our first max hit is. Decided to chase down this imp, and look at that. There's the one item that we need from imps on our first imp kill. Very nice. Look at that. Finally, first piece of armor on the account, and we are styling. Level 2 prayer. Hopefully I get access to some better bones one day. Level 4 strength and 75 total level. Level 5 strength and level 5 combat. The hell? A Scald level 45 with adamant darts. Okay. Hi? Oh, okay. What is this? What's up, gamer? You just watching me kill goblins, I guess? Really sure what's going on here, but yeah, he's... Oh, hey! It's water runes. First runes on the account. Hello! Yes, hi! Hello! Hello, hi! Hello. Well, I guess I'll just keep killing goblins? I don't know. How's it going? I'm curious what he's up to, but... Huh. Well, there he goes. Just like that, he's gone. Like he was never here. Godspeed, gamer. First hit point level on the account, very nice. 6 strength, 7 strength, and 6 combat level. 3 prayer, 8 strength, another imp kill just because, and a mind talisman. Yeah, I'll probably not use that for a while. Hey, there we are finally. Some big potato gains. Very nice. This should get us a little bit of farming XP at least. Level 4 farming. Level 5 farming. So, now that we can grow onions, we're going to need some sack packs for potatoes, which we could just steal out of the fields. Very nice. 13 cooking, 14 cooking, 15 cooking. So I need some more potato seeds, but I'm going to try and lure this farmer around the bend here. I don't know if you'll follow me all that way. This seems like a really long way for him to run, but we're going to give it a shot here. Looks like he's coming into the house. Okay, well, just a little bit farther. Well, he's got quite the aggro range, yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's how we get them around the spot. I'll get them over there. It was a lot easier than I was expecting. but it's nice that we can get them over here consistently and just keep them in this little corner for all eternity. 21 thieving. Got enough seeds, so plant some more potatoes and make sure they're protected. 22 thieving. 23 thieving. Oh hey, look at that. Random event. Let's get some drip. Alright, what do we get? Shirt and the boots. Okay, well, let's put both those on. Those look pretty good. Yeah. 24 thieving, 25 thieving, 6 farming, and enough seeds for 2 more crops. 27 thieving, 28 thieving, 29 thieving. So, I know this thing sucks, but it looks cool, and I kind of want to use it. 5 melee strength. Phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. When are you ever going to have the chance to look this cool for actual gameplay? Back to killing some goblins. You know, kind of need to get the combat stats up a little bit, but man, we look like a psychopath. Anyway, there's 9 strength, and 4 prayer, and 7 combat level. Whoa, a clue scroll? Surely this is a step that we can do, right? Obviously. Let's check. Ah, dang. Joking aside though, there's probably no way I'm ever going to do a clue in Hosidius, let's be honest. 12 hit points. Oh, nice. A chef's hat. Kind of pointless, but it looks cool, so we're gonna keep it. Maybe we'll put it on. Oh yeah, we look insane. This is great. 7 farming, 16 cooking, 11 strength, 12 strength. The hell is this? I've never seen this before, actually. There's a ladder here? Is there anything down here? Kinda don't look like it. An Asgardian ale. Wonder if we could take beer out of that. The hell is this place for? There's nothing down here. Well, whatever. I don't know what this is. There's 5 prayer. Oh, nice. There it is. The bronze spear. That's finally a weapon that's at least usable and slightly better than unarmed. We're probably going to have this for a little while. Probably not terribly long, but we definitely need it for the next weapon. Hello. We're going to steal from... Oh, nice. First steal. Diary complete. Hopefully I can get a lot of those strange fruits because we do not have any agility whatsoever. 30 thieving, 31 thieving, 32 thieving, 33 thieving. Pretty sure our compost is done. And it is. Nice. And this should be 8. Yeah, 8 farming. Nice. 34 thieving, 35 thieving, 36 thieving, 37 thieving. Only one more to go. There it is. 38 thieving. We can now pickpocket master farmers. The stalls are still going to be way faster, but I definitely need the seeds right now. So, let's get some seeds. Oh. I'm a gamer? I'm gaming? I'm really good at the game. I'm really good. I gotta drop some cakes. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. I swear I've been hit more often than that at like 99 without the diaries done. That's crazy. 39 thieving, 40 thieving, which means we can now pickpocket city guards, which is technically a chunk goal. 41 thieving. All right, 11 farming. And that'll be the last level for day 1. So before I let you guys go, let's talk about some of our current goals, some of our future goals, and some of the more technical things about the series. We already got one of our chunk tasks, which is getting 40 thieving for pickpocketing guards, so we can actually just check this off the list right away. Next is something we didn't really talk about this episode, but that's getting our best in slot gear. We really don't have that much available to us, but there are definitely some interesting options that I'm going to try and explore. Our biggest obstacle for Hosidius is definitely going to be cooking a summer pie. We're going to need 95 cooking for that, but thankfully we do have a training method available to us in the form of mess. Once we hit level 20 cooking, this will be by far our best option for training cooking all the way until 95. Our other long-term grind in Hosidius is going to be to grow a Torstol. We're going to need 85 farming for that. But thankfully, once we hit 34 farming, we'll have access to Tithe Farm. That's going to be an incredible unlock for the account, for many reasons, but we'll get into those more next episode. But for now, Tithe Farm is by far our most important goal on the account. As for long-term goals on the account, there's 4 things that I would really want. Miscellanea, Prifdinus, Darkmire, and lastly, the Theater of Blood. Who knows if Theater of Blood will even be possible on this account, especially for someone like me, who's generally pretty bad at this game, but I definitely want to find out. Lastly, I want to talk about the episodes themselves. In the future, I'd like to end the episodes on proper milestones, unlocks, or even just interesting things that happen. But for the first 2 episodes or so, there's just so much progression it's hard to fit it all in a single video. And I'd like to be able to show everything I do as best as I can in the order that it happened. Once the account progresses a bit more and I have less content to be able to show off, there should be a lot less need for fast jump cuts, so it's very likely the editing style will change a bit. It's been about 14 years since I actually did any real video editing, or really any recording at all, and I'm still getting used to streaming, but both the video and editing quality should hopefully improve over time, so hopefully you can bear with me while I learn. As I mentioned a bit before, I'm streaming 100% of the progress on this account over on Twitch. I already have somewhere around 3 to 4 episodes of content recorded right now, and there's already quite a lot of changes to the series and recording process since I started this series. So hopefully that means better videos for you guys, but really only time will tell. If you'd like to stop in and give me some company over on Twitch while I'm working on these long grinds, and don't really care about any progression getting spoiled, I'd love to see you over there. But that's really about it. Thank you very much for watching this far. I hope you enjoyed it. I already learned a lot since filming this episode, but if you have any thoughts, questions, tips, or opinions, I would love to hear them either on stream or in the comments. And with that, have a wonderful rest of your day.